Welcome to UNC Asheville. My name is Rick Chess. I am the chair of the Department of English. I also happen to be the director of the Center for Jewish Studies at UNC Asheville. And finally, I am the Roy Carroll Professor of Honors Arts and Sciences. And I'm happy to talk to you a little bit about what it's like to be a member of the faculty at UNC Asheville. I joined the faculty in 1989, and I have to say that there hasn't been a single day since I first stepped foot on campus that I haven't felt incredibly fortunate to have the opportunity to teach with a group of extraordinarily dedicated and talented faculty members, and to get to work with such bright and disciplined and imaginative and ambitious students, and also to get to know the many very helpful and kind and supportive members of the staff at every level at UNC Asheville. And so this leads me to saying that one of the first things that I would say about the life of a faculty member is that really you're part of a large community when you come to UNC Asheville. So I chose to come to UNCA for a couple of reasons, but the most important reason, and the only reason I'll mention here, is UNCA's emphasis on high quality teaching, on excellence in teaching, really matched my sense of what I had to offer to this profession. One of the things that I learned on coming here was how many members of my department were really willing to help me and to reassure me when they could see that I was actually on the right track to earning tenure. I think something that totally surprised me that I had not anticipated at all in coming to UNCA was the opportunity to work very closely with faculty in other departments. I felt in coming to UNCA fairly confident that I was a good teacher and that I would be able to thrive in an environment in which teaching was most highly valued. In my case, I haven't taught in our humanities program, which is a great interdisciplinary program, but I have taught in our Arts and Ideas program. And when I first came here, the Arts and Ideas program was more closely modeled on the humanities program. So we had a team of faculty from different departments, mostly art departments, but not exclusively. But we had a couple of people from the art department, from the music department, from the drama department, from the dance program. But we also had people from political science and from math. And we were the team of faculty teaching in this interdisciplinary kind of introduction to arts program that was part of the core requirements for students at the time. It still is one of our liberal arts core requirements, but the course is taught differently now. But teaching in that group meant coming to weekly meetings with the faculty and essentially making up the class as we went along, week by week by week. And I had an opportunity to get to know very closely a couple of painters who are still on our faculty, and a mathematician who's still on our faculty, a member of political science, still a member of our faculty. And I got to benefit from hearing their perspectives on how they would approach teaching in this interdisciplinary introduction to the arts program. And I felt safe enough and valued enough and appreciated enough that I knew I could contribute my ideas about the way I thought we should approach the teaching of line or color or texture or rhythm or voice or whatever element it was of the arts that we were studying. And that gave me a real strong connection to faculty across campus in the first 3 or 4 years that I was at UNC Asheville. And I think that huge difference in my experience as a member, not just of the faculty, but as I said before, as a member of the broader community. I remember the first year or two that I was at UNCA, this was back in 1989, 1990, walking down the hall while classes were being taught by some of my colleagues, and standing outside the door, listening to them teach with such passion, and listening to them guide their students in such lively and engaging conversations and discussions. And I really felt not only was quality of my colleagues, teaching really superior, but I also felt like I had a lot to learn from my colleagues as educators. I knew I would learn from them in terms of their own particular areas of interest or academic expertise. What I did not know in coming here was that I would learn so much about teaching from my colleagues. Because in my little cocky way, the one area that I had some confidence in was in my ability to teach. And I was a good teacher when I got here, and I hope I'm still a good teacher. But because I'm surrounded by so many good teachers, is a great opportunity for me to continue learning, even at this point, about how to be an even better teacher. And I think something that many faculty members have found here is how willing their colleagues are to help them improve as teachers, to help them with their scholarship, to help them with their one-on-one work with students, since a lot of the learning at UNC Asheville happens outside of the classroom as well as inside of the classroom. So as a new employee at UNC Asheville, I would encourage you to think about a couple of things. First of all, think about your work here as giving you an opportunity to grow. To grow in some ways you might expect you can grow in this particular job, in this particular career, this particular profession, or this place, but also be open to the possibility that you might grow in ways that you could never have imagined before coming to UNCA. And secondly, I would encourage you to the best of your ability to take advantage of some of the many opportunities that are offered to you at UNC Asheville, whether it is ongoing employee education or health and wellness activities, or attending an athletic event, or a lecture, or a concert, or interacting with students in some of the student organizations or events that are open to participation of members of the staff and the larger community, as well as, of course, of the faculty. What you have arrived at, let me back up or whatever like that. In coming to UNCA, you've landed at a place that is full of vitality and life and variety and richness, and it's a community that is ready to include you in a wide range of its activities. But to do that, you have to take the step to do something a little bit more than just what's called upon you for your specific job. Of course, you need to balance that with your personal and family and other needs, but still, I hope that you'll find time to discover some of the many great things that UNCA Asheville has to offer, and to feel that you really are a highly valued member of a much larger community beyond your specific role and the people that you interact with in your specific role. Once again, let me welcome you to UNCA. Let me thank you for choosing to spend the next part of your professional life, the next part of your working life at UNC Asheville. And let me finally encourage you to connect to others and to be open to receiving the bulldog spirit. And I can't believe I'm just saying the word bulldog, or the bulldog spirit, But there is something infectious about this place.